Hey you guys, I don't know about you, but I am so pissed off right now about Caitlyn Jenner over here talking about call me when where was she in the whole campaign trying to get everybody to vote for Donald Trump. Now the fact that Donald Trump now affects her, now it's about call me. In reality, all the things that he has done is wrong, but until it's like if you wasn't transgendered, would you even care? Like, would you even stand up? Would it even be called me if you wasn't transgendered? Because it seems to me, since you are still Republican to another to Donald Trump, you'd probably be with all the men wearing the red Trump hats just because now you're transgendered because you thought Republicans cared about everybody, but it seems to me like all of a sudden he's taking and making the basically he's taking the transgender protection off and making it a state issue. Now all of a sudden you coming out of the woodworks because you're transgendered. But where were you with all the other problems in the situation with DAPLA or with all the things, I mean Dapple, sorry, with all the things that he's been doing, it's like all of a sudden now transgendered come into play. Now you want to be like, call me. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. And it just feels like people only want to come out against Donald Trump if he's targeting them. And for people of color, we understand because we know what discrimination is like. And I've heard this so many times. Why you gotta put your culture in front of everything? Why you gotta say this? I'm white and I don't have my culture out there in front of everything. And I'm like, who says that putting my culture out there is dividing America? I'm like, think about that for a second. Just think about that. Me putting who I am and embracing who I am and loving who I am is somehow stopping you from caring about me, or I'm dividing myself from you because I show and embrace and love who I am. Like, I don't get that. Maybe because you don't care who you are, because we were brought into this country with and ripped away from our culture and who we are, our language, everything that we were was taken away and we were brought over here. So all we have is, you know, basically what we can scrap up and be proud of who we are as Americans. But us being loving who we are has nothing to do with dividing you from us. If you don't want to be around us or around any other minorities, that's your problem. I mean, embracing who we are is what we're supposed to do as Americans. That's what being America is, coming to America and embracing who you are, bringing who you are as the element to help, you know, America and having the American dream. But it seems to me like, no, we don't want any of that. We just want you to have our values and our beliefs, our Christian freedom. And it's like, so everybody has freedom to believe in whatever they want to believe. Everybody has free speech, but understand free speech has consequences, and you're supposed to respect every religion, not just your own. But people just don't understand this concept of inclusion in America. You're supposed to love everybody, and that's why I don't understand how Republicans are all of a sudden trying to be, now there's like gay Republicans and transgendered Republicans. I'm like, when was Republicans so liberal and democratic? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's trying to be a part of like this oppression group. Like how there's religions out there who kill gay people, but they're striving to be a part of the religion. You know what I mean? I just hated that until it affects you, then you want to come out of the woodworks, when we knew from the beginning from people, minorities who already seen, there's videos, there's everything. But if you continue to watch all these far right wing news outlets who don't give you the information that you should be seeing, then obviously you don't know any better. You will continue to think like Black Lives Matter is just a rioting group. Like, people are literally out there talking about how Black Lives Matter are just rioters. I'm like, that's what people on the far right would want you to believe. So any black group that comes out is just a rioting group. But Black Lives Matter, guess what? They were out there working with the Native Americans and keeping the pipeline from being made, protesting with them. So obviously they're more than just a rioting group. And to be a protester, you're not rioting. So that is debunked, because there's always going to be those few people who are rioting when people want to protest and screw it up. And the media is so eager to get on that side of, oh, you know, they're writing like Tomi Lahren. She, you know, it's a wonder she's not saying that Martin Luther King is some sort of terrorist. I mean, he was the one person that now in history we know that Martin Luther King was not for violence. But had he not gone down in history like that, she'd be the main one trying to say, oh, Martin Luther King was a hate group. Like she's trying to brand the Black Panthers and try to shoehorn that in for the Black Panthers when they were defending the black community. They were defending all the things that were going on back then when they were water hosing people down and killing people. They made a group to protect the black people, to help the community. There was lots of women who made organizations where they were feeding and helping the community. But of course, the Tomi Lahren, since she knows nothing, she wants to go out and make it a supreme thing to go and let her viewers know that they were a hate group. So it just seems to me, anytime a group, any group, like feminists, like Milo always wants to say that there's no such thing as lesbians and feminists are stupid and Leslie Jones is an ape and all these things, and all these right-wing people want to think, oh, well, it's okay until he gets on molestation, and then all of a sudden, oh, now you're surprised, now you're shocked, now it's not about freedom of speech, now he's horrible. Now he's a horrible person. Now he's got to come up with a suit and tie and take off the pearls and say he apologizes. But what happened to you guys when he was talking about all those other things? Because it didn't affect you. Why wait until it affects something that you believe in to actually come in and know this is wrong? Like, you know this is wrong, but you do not act on it unless it affects you. And that is the problem with America. Like, nobody wants to stand up for racism. They don't want to stand up for being a feminist. They don't want to stand up for the Native Americans. They won't move unless it affects who they are. Everybody wants to be for straight white men in red hats until it affects them. And I don't understand why it took so long for people to say, no, this isn't right. Like, it didn't affect you, so, oh, well, I understand what he's saying about feminists and everything. No, feminists are people who believe in equal rights, just like black people believe in equal rights. But to take in and say, oh, well, modern day feminists. No, it's not about modern day feminists. It still holds the same definition. If you're anything else, then you're not a feminist. You're not trying to help black people. If you're trying to have just riots and tear down stuff, and it's not a part of the movement. Is what I'm really trying to say. If you're not holding the values of that movement, then you're not part of it. You're not helping the community if you're not helping the community. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to say. I'm just angered that nobody wants to lift a finger until it affects them. And that's why I respect Black Lives Matter, because that's exactly what they are. They went out there to protest with the Native Americans, because as people of color, of any people of color, like gay people, everybody should be out there. And like Milo, to always want to think that it's okay to say racist crap or to down women or say any crap that he wants to put out his mouth, and then justify it by saying, I can't say a joke. You're not a comedian. You ain't at Ha Ha Cafe. You're going to colleges, starting riots and everything because of the things that you say. And you think it's okay because you want to say it's a joke, and you want to say, oh, well, I just think that people are too concerned. Yeah, we're concerned because we're tired of you spreading hate all around, going to colleges and getting paid for this. Like, you act like we don't see that you're just an attention whore. You act like we don't see that you're just trying to gain money off of talking about people. Like, And then you want to brand it as so-called free speech, but it wasn't. See, you thought that it was okay to talk about molestation, and then until you saw that people didn't like it, then you want to say, oh, well, I'm a victim of molestation. No, you wasn't a victim. You were clearly saying that the priest that gave you head is the reason why you got good head skills now. So all this talk about how you are so sorry and you believe in people to say anything they want, BS. Because every time somebody talked about Donald Trump, you said, oh, I think that people shouldn't talk about him because they should respect the president. So you're full of BS. You're full of BS, and it's sad that people didn't see it until you hit the whole molestation situation. And everybody can see that you're just a contrarian. Every conversation that you have, you want to be against it just to be against it. And it's how you get, you know, people to go, oh, what is he talking about? Like, you have all these sayings that have no backing, no facts, no nothing. You're just saying pure crap. But the sad part about it is that you're going to colleges. That's the sad thing, is that you're trying to brand this as actual facts and something of information when you're just, and then you justify it by saying that you're joking and everything, and it's sad. And that's really all I have to say, and it pisses me off. And I'm sorry, you guys, I had to rant on that. And I hope that the trans community comes together. We need you guys. You know, you're part of the gay community. So any gay person who isn't a part of the trans community, you have to understand that we're all in this together. We're all in the same boat, and all the straight people should be around us too, because we're all supposed to help each other. And Republican or Democrat or not, like, we're supposed to work together to make sure that America is a safe space for everybody who loves America. And that's all I have to say. So comment below. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.